Hello, dog fuckers! Welcome to episode 29 of the Coinflip podcast on the Coin and the Cob channel. Thank you for coining in. Well, and my name is your host, Zekru, also known as Liam. And with me today we have the infamous, one and only, legendary, superficial Leadbrain. What's going on? Good to hear from you.
What the fuck was that? Dog fuckers, are you fucking kidding me?
I know, I got the fucking leafy dog fucker video from 2-3 years ago in my head. And,
no, that saga is still going on. She now killed a fucking dog.
Yeah?
But that was like months ago.
Well, I mean, obviously Alien did a video on it, but if it doesn't interest me, I won't click on it. I'm at that point. Fuck it. YouTube's been fucking up so much right now. There's a lot to talk about today, but first I want to start with...
Shit's been going down for 2 weeks.
The god himself, Alex Jones, has been fucking taken down. The InfoWars channel is gone. Paul Joseph Watson's still up. That side of InfoWars is all there. But Alex Jones has had his Twitter taken down. I think he's had his Facebook taken down. Not that anyone gives a fuck. And then his YouTube.
Twitter, anything connected to Alex
That's fucked.
Jones
And is he back up yet? I don't even know.
I don't fucking know.
That's fucked. You can't block someone for opinions, even if it's a fake InfoWars bullshit. Like, you can't... Like, YouTube's just going off. They're just taking anything down that's not like left-leaning little bitches, kids' toy channels, and all this cancer. It's fucked.
Fucking oath they are. Like, we've just got a strike against us. And we don't even make money off this shit.
Yeah, we don't monetize our videos.
Off this shit.
I made some fucking gay Deadpool 2 review, right? And, you know, it takes half an hour to whip up, whatever. Put it out there, and Fox apparently copyright striked us, so we can't put any more fucking Deadpool content out there, or Fox in general. Fox are one of the scummiest companies on the planet, and can I say, this is purely YouTube letting, like, big corporations like Fox, or like the X-Men or whatever, bully small channels on YouTube into submission and say, oh, you're not big enough to have a voice or a platform, so fuck you.
Fuck you.
I think we may even unjustly, keyword being unjustly, have a copyright strike at this point. The video contained clips from the trailer, yes, that anybody's allowed to use. We do not directly re-upload the movie. We're not taking content away from Fox or any of that shit. We use transformative shit like our scoring system and our narration to make a review, which should be allowed, okay? Transformative. Yeah. That's the big... Remember when H3H3 got sued by Bold Guy? From that kissing prank cunt who, like, you know, the lawsuit last 2 years, they won it, though, in the end. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the same ordeal. The judge in court was like, yeah, no, they use transformative material in their video, so they're not infringing on your copyright, and you lose the case. So, yeah, that's a good day for YouTube justice, but YouTube has gotten so much worse than that. It's just promoting all these, you know, shit, fake, fuckboy vloggers like Jake Paul, all this shit like fucking Lance Stewart, and now all kids' toy channels and fucking, you know, Family Guy funny episodes. It's just retarded.
It's really because I think the thing is, because they're promoting content which doesn't infringe on anything, well as... But the problem is with that content, it's so fucking bad. Oh, look, we found a dead body!
Yeah, it's like, oh, we found a dead body, or it's some...
Fucking dead body!
Fucking, hey, look, we did this in Fortnite, question mark, and there's all these ticks in the titles, and Minecraft tutorials. I fucking love Minecraft, ugh. And, fucking no, all this shit's going on, but... And how about this? Alex Jones being taken down is not the fucking first step into, you know, darkness that YouTube's taken recently. You know, demonetization has increased so much. You can get demonetized for fucking swearing now. Something that should be perfectly fine, okay?
Yeah.
Now, there's a kids section of YouTube, but they're just turning YouTube itself into YouTube Kids at this point. Like, just search up Spider-Man, obviously, and this has been a thing for a while. You're gonna get Spider-Man fucks Elsa in the ass, gone sexual. You know, all this gay shit. It's like, just retarded. Bruh, it's like, YouTube's fucking with everything. Nobody can make a living on YouTube anymore. All I hear on Twitter is like, you know, we'll have Keemstar, you'll have Elvis the Alien, you'll have Some Call Me Johnny. They're all complaining about, wow, I just did a game review, I just did a video on this, and I just did a drama load, I just did a Philip DeFranco video, and it's just got demonetized for no reason.
See, no, I think the big problem is,
you can't make
really in today's societies, we've got the old guard and then we've got the new guard.
Yeah, and
the way these two groups of people see each other is, both guards fucking hate each other.
But
they don't want to work together.
Well, it's because, like, oh, this country, this world is so divided because of Trump. Donald Trump good to fuck this planet.
No, I'm not referring to Trump to this whatsoever.
But you got to admit that people use him as a scapegoat when they don't have any.
He's a fucking scapegoat, but this is completely irrelevant to any political landscape.
Yeah.
This is talking back to, like, for instance, you know how like there's some clips on YouTube you can't watch.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, you've been blocked because your country cannot be watched.
That's retarded.
Yeah, that is retarded. That's because the laws they were targeted around did not anticipate technologies in which there
know.
are
It's fucked.
instant communication.
Didn't
You can send a message right now, and the other person on the other side of the world can see it.
Yeah, that's good. But, like, isn't it kind of that playing into the...
Out of date.
That's just not just YouTube. That's kind of playing to the net neutrality thing where it's like, hey, if you're in this country, you can't view this and you need to, unlock this paywall.
Yeah, exactly. Because every country thinks they can control the internet.
Yeah.
They fucking can't.
Well, it's because all these...
No one can.
You find all these, like, egotistical celebrities and stupid, like, really out-of-touch business spokespeople who are like, oh, the internet's just a small thing. If you think that in the modern age, you're a fucking idiot.
It is the largest bit of
It's bigger than television. It's bigger than film. It's bigger than almost politics in general. It connects people worldwide. But then when it gets censored, you can't traffic the internet.
It's kind of
Stop trying.
No, let me put it like recently in the last 2 weeks since the start of August, there was huge controversy because what ended up happening is because I follow the 3D printing scene, right? There was a law passed which there was a court case that succeeded, right? Defense distributed, they won their case, they can legally distribute 3D printed CAD files for guns.
That's fine, I guess, yeah.
Exactly. But then, literally hours before they were meant to go live,
they outlawed
someone passed an emergency law suing Donald Trump to go, you need to put this into place immediately. They didn't have a choice. Bang, they put the law in place.
Yeah, but Trump shouldn't impact worldwide. He's not the president of the world. He's the president of America.
Yeah, but no, this was basically because it was an American company. They have to abide by American.
Well, he doesn't have to sign that legislation. He doesn't have to pass it.
Yeah, so they stopped him from uploading it.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening is there was this huge debate on like whether or not like 3D printed guns could be like it's ethical. Here's a counter argument for you.
Yeah.
It's over.
It is pretty
Gun
much.
control's over. You fucking lost. We're fucking lost. Just embrace it.
I don't want to embrace it. That's the thing. If I don't want to choose to play by like these stupid left-leaning liberal rules of banning everything and making everything a soft fucking...
No, I was referring to the fact that the idea of that you can control guns is over.
Yeah, I know.
The idea that you can control
just
guns is over.
Let's say if that if there's the opposite, they're like, oh, ban guns, get over it. But it's not the opposite, thank God. Just be like, listen, cunt. I have the license, I did all the paperwork, I did all this shit, I don't care what law you pass, okay? This is ridiculous. The fucking, what is it, the 4th Amendment for guns or some shit?
Second Amendment.
Second Amendment, alright? Right to bear arms. Now, that's different in every country on a case-by-case basis, but most countries' guns are legal, which they should be. Obviously, that person should be fucking executed or put in prison forever if they do a school shooting. That particular person, don't punish everybody. That's just going to increase the salt.
Yeah. But... what made it really interesting is because I was reading through all these articles on ABC, Sydney Morning Herald, Win News, and all this shit, and I was just sitting there thinking to myself, these people have no fucking idea what 3D printing is. These people have no fucking clue.
Well, it's just...
they're making comments on it, and I'm just straight up going, these people are fucking idiots, because I have no fucking clue.
Dude, we can relate this back to even video game journalism. They don't actually play the games. They say, oh my god, it's got a woman being beat up by a bat in GTA, that's sexist. They don't actually play the games. They don't know the contents of it. They don't know anything about 3D printing. Because it plays to their agenda, they want to ban something or censor something.
Let's put it like this. Like even though it's illegal to possess a file, there's like assuming they can somehow prevent the file from getting into Australia, which is nigh on impossible. They can't.
Yeah, the deep web exists.
Deep web and VPNs exist. I can just go around. I can use Google's domain servers instead of my current ISP's domain servers.
Yeah.
I can just walk around, like, you throw up a barrier, I'll just walk around it. No matter what you do, you cannot stop me. The only thing that can stop someone for not wanting to print a gun is, like, just give them a reason not to.
Yeah.
Instead of going, it's against the law.
Well, obviously...
which is really fucking childish.
Yeah, it's retarded.
Really. Because ultimately, if your reason is because it's the law, then that really isn't protecting you.
Yeah.
Because basically, if someone goes, I fucking hate you and I want to kill you, you can just go, oh no, it's against the law. That person will just tear the law in half and go, I hate you that much, I'm willing to spend that much time in jail.
Yeah.
Because I hate you that much.
Well, I mean...
it's just like, see, the law is a paper-thin defense.
Well, yeah.
And even in today's society, it's getting thinner and thinner. It's only a matter of time until the law is crumbling.
I doubt
it's
that.
Only a matter of time.
The government still exists, and it's I'm not saying... I mean,
like, current laws, that's what I mean. So, like, with 3D printed guns, it's only a matter of time. Like, what if there's going to be a point where 3D printed guns are so common, what the fuck are they going to do?
What are they going to shoot? Like
They can't.
3D printerness or?
No, they shoot legit live rounds.
Oh damn! There you go.
They can kill.
Well, if you 3D print out a Nerf gun and they're like, "Oh, you're going to jail for fucking 12 years because you're gonna shoot me in fucking Oblivion Craft or some gay shit like that."
Gun cases that did come up in the news. I literally looked at one of the models they had printed. It was literally a solid plastic model, and I literally was looking at it, and it's like it's locked up for evidence. And I was looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, I've seen that model. That thing's on Thingiverse. It's literally a solid plastic gun. That's it. It has no firing capability.
It really is just fucking.
I just laughed my ass off when I saw that.
It really is just fucking meaningless, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking.
I mean, you could say, hey, we've had more freedom in today's age, in 2018, than we've ever had before, but at the same time, it's easier than ever to censor opinions.
Yeah.
Just to push an agenda, and that's pathetic and annoying and pandering. And it's very, like, it's such a dangerous precedent for, like, freedom of speech and all that. Like, in 10 years, hey, let's go buy a burger. Whoa, the word burger's racially insensitive.
Holy shit, you killed a fucking cow!
Yeah, wow, your people killed a nigger 20 billion years ago? No, execute this man. You know, shit, like, it sets a dangerous precedent. And you know what the sad part is? It's not even out of the realm of possibility. When all these, like, stupid liberals and retard socialists get their ways, it just pisses me off.
It's fucking bullshit, man.
Socialism by
Especially the fact that Alex Jones was banned.
Yeah.
That just makes the situation so much fucking worse.
Well, you can throw out...
No, the thing is now, what they've done is, no, you've made him stronger. You've just made him stronger in his resolve.
Nah, they've done the typical, like, left-leaning SJW thing of, like, covering their ears and going, la 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 la, can't hear your opinion, listen to me.
Yeah, see, doing that makes them stronger.
Them? No. Like the other side, or not them individually, obviously. That just makes them
make someone like Alex Jones stronger.
Yeah, because
it basically strengthens his resolve.
Yes, and the public can look at it and be like, wow, this little fucking left-leaning bitch is, like, not even listen to their opinion. How pathetic. But Alex Jones is.
See, if Google if YouTube just sat there twiddling their thumbs, just going, yeah, we know it exists, he can do it. Not stopping him until he violates our terms of service.
But he didn't violate shit. That's the bad part.
Exactly. If he, like, straight up violated their terms of service, YouTube would go, you violate our terms of service. We've got to crack down on you.
And we need him because
YouTube has a sketchy record of their terms of service. They go, oh, it applies to you, but it doesn't apply to you. So yeah, you're good.
But we need Alex Jones. He's got to stop the liberals because they're putting chemicals in the water to turn the frickin' frogs gay. He's a legend.
He's a meme.
Well, obviously, he's
X2.
He's so, like,
X2
funny and charming. He's like an icon now of just, I guess you could say, outright, and throw out some stupid buzzword.
No, the thing is, because people are slamming down on people like them, the people on the right just get stronger and stronger. You're just making the situation worse.
Well, we live in a society that's, like, left-leaning, like, you know, pathetic in a way, but not. Okay. But, like, would it be that much better if we were on the opposite?
Not really. I reckon.
Let's take them niggers to the concentration camps.
No. Let's put it like this: it would just probably be as equally as bad if there's one society in too much leaning, like.
Although it is funny to think about.
Like, what happens with society is over time it just goes. For a long-standing time, it just goes, left wing is the dominant power, and then over time it will switch back to conservative.
I heard this before, but, like, even this is a bit.
It just over time it fluctuates.
You can't have a perfect balance, but people are not even trying. They just want to go, no, we have to go fully left, or your opinions don't matter.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at someone like Chris Reagan, the left can't stand him, the right can't stand him, but there's a neutral ground that makes up his subscriber base.
Yeah.
And when you look at how many followers he has, it's like, wait, there is an audience like that. There is someone that I can relate to. Because that's how I see myself, more or less. Libertarian. Because I agree with their ideologies. The thing about libertarian is, like, do what you want within law or whatever.
A lot of people will just straight up diss libertarians and go, "Oh, your idea cannot exist because it's out of."
I find it like such a coherent idea, though.
It makes the perfect sense in today's society. It makes perfect fucking sense.
But I find the concept of libertarianism so like, I wouldn't say perfect, but so like sound to me.
Yeah, I would say it does. Like, in today's society, it makes perfect sense to be a libertarian because it's just like, look, just do what you want to do. Yeah. Be you.
Oh, don't go murder people, but you know what I mean.
Okay, don't do that, obviously.
Like, say what you want.
But say what you want, be you.
Like, the good thing about me, in particular, is that I don't care if I offend people, and I think that's everybody else's weakness because they're constantly censoring themselves, going, "Oh no, I said banana. That's offensive to Africans." You know, shit like that.
If you wanna be gay, you can be gay. If you wanna be straight, you can be straight. If you wanna fuck a cow, you can fuck a cow.
Yeah, but then all the fucking lefties are gonna be like, "You're not right. Fucking, your opinions don't matter. I'm not listening to you. Everybody donate to my Patreon."
The thing with libertarians is
fuck off, Anita.
The one primary thing with libertarians is they basically go, "Oh, everyone is equal."
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's no government intervention. So it's really like,
well, I think
that's the one caveat with being a libertarian is basically it's like you get no support. It's just you against everyone else.
Yeah. Well, I think like the government gets a lot of shit. They do their job, and it's just like, oh, the world would be so much better without a government. No, then we'd just be fucking Mad Max, just lawless savages, mate.
But you gotta admit, living in Mad Max would be great though.
It'll be fun, but it'd be dangerous.
Yeah. Whoa, what a day! What a lovely day.
Just the cunt that like spray paints his teeth silver or whatever. No, because I recently started going to the gym with fucking good old name numbers. Yeah, we go to the one at uni, right? And there's all these retard socialists everywhere.
Are they still there?
They're always there, trying to push in. And literally nobody cares. It's pathetic. No one cares.
I just see them. Their posters when I'm around town. And I just go,
fuck off and stop pandering. No one cares.
They're fucking
like the protesting doesn't work anymore. Fuck off. It's just annoying. You come off as obnoxious. And let me say,
I think the worst part is we see their posters everywhere now.
Yeah, it's in fucking Warrawong. It's in Wollongong.
It's everywhere now. Fucking everywhere.
Yeah, when we were at Sydney. Dude, it's even here in fucking... Oh, bleep that.
Bleep that.
Alright, so... Yeah, but here's the thing. In socialism, I find is an inherently stupid movement.
Yeah, it is.
I think we said this an episode ago, but like...
It is.
It's like, fucking KFC employees should be paid the same as a fucking lawyer. No, this is different, mate.
No, the problem with that is it's just like you've got a doctor who spent 9 years getting his degree and wants half a
this guy, and then there's like this guy who dropped out of fucking high school, works at Burger King. He should be paid the same amount. Fuck off.
No.
Yeah, it's really retarded, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you know what the worst thing about Alex Jones being taken out is not just the fact that this is like really pushing the agenda of like lefties and all that shit. It's not just the fact that it's setting a really dangerous precedent for freedom of speech and YouTube in general. It's the fact that YouTube has evolved so much to the point where there's like no going back. A competitor cannot step forward and give YouTube a run for its money. Because it's like the Disney argument. With a monopoly, you can't fucking challenge it.
The problem is there is no...
So they're only going to keep getting worse, in my opinion.
There is no company in the world that could rival YouTube. There's no one that can.
Well,
I think the thing is you've got Twitch and YouTube, but Twitch is
very different.
Twitch is live stream.
If you just made a carbon copy of YouTube and, I don't know, Sony made one and they just called it like SoneTube or some shit and they don't censor everybody and they monetize people fairly and all that, it's like, yeah, I can see this going down and maybe it'll make more money. People might start migrating from platform to platform. But as you said, it's to the point where it's like, there's no going back. You have to, if you want to have a platform on YouTube, you have to, attribute to their stupid beliefs and stupid, like, terms of service, which I will say, I fucking piss myself whenever I see, like, look, we've updated our terms of service, now we're even more uptight. Now you have to be true social justice warrior. But we're not going to conform to that on the Coinflip podcast, are we?
No, we're not.
So if we get taken down, then guess what? We get taken down with our heads held high.
We die. That's it. We
yeah, guys, I think we may have a copyright strike on our channel too, even because of these stupid people who unjustly reviewed us.
Just for us mentioning Alex Jones.
Yeah, that's pathetic. I'll get into that in a second with the H3 thing. But
that's possible.
If we get a third copyright strike, we're a smaller channel and we're expressing an opinion, so we're fucked. And I know as pathetic as that sounds, that's the state YouTube's at. So, yeah, the Coinflip podcast could technically end any minute if YouTube decides to step in and fuck us over.
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah, fucking easy.
Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying, the other story of the week was that H3 not only has had trouble with the law in the past few years, unjustly might I add, he won the lawsuit, whatever. I'm not too much of a fan of his content anymore. I enjoy some of his podcast, although I will say that's all he does now, just podcast. He doesn't upload on H3 much anymore.
Oh yeah, no.
But he did a H3 podcast live, I think, a live stream on YouTube, talking about the Alex Jones situation, and it got taken down. Now, in their defense, it took a day and a half, but YouTube did restore the live stream privileges of H3 on his channel, so Ethan can now live stream again. Ethan can now post videos regularly again, all good, and they even went as far as to take the copyright strike away. It's good, but it shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Yeah.
If somebody steals your ice cream on the street when you're enjoying an ice cream cone,
That-
you're like, what the fuck, man? And they throw it away, and an hour later they give you a new one that's smaller. It's like, thanks, but you don't do that in the first place.
Just don't do it in the first
That was a really weird example on my part, but admittedly, we have to explain this somehow. And it's just, as he said, dangerous precedent. You can't even talk about something controversial anymore. It's just fucked.
It's the worst.
It is.
Fucking worst. And the problem is, like, it's the old guard that are constantly doing that. They're just using their old current laws that they just go,
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, no one has bothered to update them and go, yeah, maybe because everything's, like, freely accessible now, maybe we should update them.
Sadly, slowly paywalls are getting put up everywhere. I've seen it.
Yeah, paywalls are one thing.
Which is very inconvenient.
But the thing is, like, there's so many ways of access. You can't... Like, people have been fighting torrenting and... Pirate Bay forever.
It's
they
like...
can't kill it.
Yeah, you can't police... You cannot police the internet. It's impossible at this point.
Because the moment they take down one server, they just move the server to another one. They just move it. And the thing is, because the people in charge have zero fucking idea of how this technology actually works.
They do, but they're so stupid and far removed in their own beliefs.
They have no idea how.
Or people on YouTube, or like the internet in general. Because they don't know the sheer influx of just...
The people who make the laws have no idea how the fucking internet works.
Yeah, they think it's like some...
They do, they don't.
They're like these old people, man. They think it's like some new medium going, oh, it's not as powerful as the media.
Oh, it's fucking more powerful.
The fucking gay lefty media survives on the internet through sites like fucking BuzzFeed and Polygon and Daily Motion and fucking Salon and all this gay shit, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, it's not destroyed, it's just changing form. And it's just more cancers coming and going. It's just, ugh. Internet's accessible, man. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this podcast gets taken down, because, let me tell you guys, we're actually doing an experiment with this podcast. Just for fun, B, to fuck around, and C, to... one, B, and C. Okay, and thirdly, because we want to test. If we put Alex Jones in the title and Alex Jones in the thumbnail, but to an even heavier extent than we did last podcast, we might get taken down. So this is an interesting experiment to see, hey... They might not even watch the video. They don't care about watching the whole podcast, which is fine because it's an hour-long podcast or whatever. But still, they're just going to see Alex Jones in the title, and even if he's mentioned...
They're just going to see key phrases.
Yep, they're going to be like, no, fuck you, copyright strike, you're down.
Because they use AI to do all the thing, the AI just searches for the key phrases.
Yeah, tags and all that shit.
Yeah, tags.
I don't even know if we tag our videos. I don't know if you can. Whatever.
Let's do that then. We'll do it in this
Alex,
episode.
yeah.
We'll just heavily discuss Alex Jones, like how much we like his stuff. Even if we disagree with some of his views, we just say how much we like his stuff. We'll tag it constantly.
Sorry, we forgot to put a description in the last episode.
Yeah, no.
Well, it doesn't matter. Oh, well. But we'll tag him in it. We'll put him in the thumbnail, the title, all that good shit.
Too easy.
And we'll see what happens.
And see if YouTube.
And if it does, we'll do a cap. We'll do it. I promise you, if it does get taken down, we'll sadly, I don't want to do this, but we'll have to re-upload it and change the fucking thumbnail, and then we'll make a counter episode. Just to be sure. But that's just to, test it in general.
And then we'll piss on YouTube in the following episode.
Yeah, we will, because we're allowed to.
Because holy shit, YouTube is incompetent.
They are really incompetent at this point, and it's pathetic.
And the thing, is there anything like YouTube out there?
Fucking VidMe, Dailymotion, some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, but how much... Yeah, Dailymotion...
Well, Dailymotion's just for, like, weird porn. VidMe is just for, like, I don't know, Minecraft tutorials.
Right. So, in other words, there really isn't any other competition to YouTube.
Right. That was a long pause.
What?
You're just like... Okay.
I just heard porn and Minecraft in the same sentence. And
Minecraft. Minecraft porn. Yeah, but... Alright, so... in the internet in general...
I want you to fucking die, seriously.
Can you imagine in America... The internet's apparently really good in America. We live in Australia. The internet's like good, but if it's better than there, then holy fuck. Because sometimes you get some bad slowdown where we live.
Are you kidding me? The internet infrastructure in this country is awful.
Because the new... We'll blip that out. Alright, yeah, but like, well, because we had silver and we got downgraded to copper, was it? Oh, fuck.
No, we've had the copper ADSL network, then they initialized the NBN network upgrade, which was to upgrade to everyone to fiber to the premises. But then they were like, no. Then the new government, and then the Liberals took over. And like, no, let's make it fiber to the node, fiber to the curb, fiber to the house,
fiber to the A, to the E, to the key.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fiber to the C, to the U, to the N, to the T.
And they've spent $50 billion on the NBN.
Well, because I saw...
And it's a fucking garbage service.
Have you seen the meme that Clive Palmer was like, oh yeah, we gotta ask Parliament for a refund on the NBN for all the money we wasted on the NBN, because I'm trying to download all the old Trek movies and it's taken a long time, so just get a refund. Clive Palmer memes like, that's funny.
Wait, what? How does the meme go?
He's like, he was like, oh yeah, we need to get a refund for all the money that Malky Turnbull wasted on the NBN, because I'm trying to download all the Shrek movies.
Have you seen
Oh, God.
Auntie Donna's collab with Finder, and they did NBN's Coming to Town, or
NBN's Coming to Town.
Bigoted Bill.
Ah,
It's
fuck.
so funny. Hi there, I'm Mr. Ben. I sell chalky milk and NBN. I'll have a chalky milk, please, but I don't want no NBN.
Nobody wants fucking NBN.
I don't want NBN.
But NBN's been better, hasn't it? For those of you who don't know, NBN's like Australian internet improvements.
Internet infrastructure.
Yeah, some shit like
And
that.
it's garbage.
The internet is not a series of tubes. It actually is.
It's a series of cables.
Where are the cables?
Under in the ground. You know, as you were coming up, there's that massive cream-coloured box.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the node.
So if I
That's a node.
So if I take a jackhammer to that box, internet's down in Australia.
If you take a jackhammer to that box, first off, I'm going to be very angry. Secondly, basically any house that runs off that node will have no internet.
Go by Walsh's house and destroy his. Bam.
Yeah, just go. I feel like that'd be a good way to prinkle-pronkle everyone. They just destroy the fiber.
You'd have to be
destroy the node.
You'd have to be a pure goddamn asshole to do that.
Fucking hell.
Because we depend on internet a bit more than we did 3 years ago, 10 years ago.
It would be dependent, and you know who that would be dependent on to fix that?
Malky.
It would be dependent on NBN Co. And they would take a fucking week to fix it.
They will. It's like, oh, hey, fucking a cord's broke on the ground. If you don't mind, we're going to take 3 months to fix this in the hours of 1 to 3 p.m. in the next fucking year.
Exactly.
Yeah, do you mind waiting outside the front of your house from the hours of 2 to 4 a.m. for the next year and a half?
The next year and a half, thank you very much.
That's fucked.
You fucking...
Imagine that.
NBN cunt.
Yeah, they're retarded.
Fucking hell, I hate NBN.
Yeah.
Fucking NBN, I hate them so much.
NBN's not a company, it's the fucking internet, though.
No, NBN Co. is the company.
National Basketball Association.
National Broadband Network.
Okay. Anyway, the next story today is fucking game journalism and why they're fucking autistic.
Oh yeah, again! You copy and pasting bastards, eh?
So, I don't know if this is true, but we saw some articles Keemstar's gone on about it. I think Chris Reagan touched on it briefly. We'll get into the last year flashback in a second, in 2017. But I messaged a mate of mine on Twitter, and he was telling me about how he linked me to some video going like, oh, IGN stole my fucking Dead Space review, or IGN stole my...
Wait a minute, hang on a sec.
Sonic review.
Wait a minute, so IGN got accused of plagiarism.
Yeah, well, he did this comparison in the video, which is pretty intriguing, where it's like, I can't remember what game he stole. Where it's like, this point, and then he puts it adjacent to this point. It's like, maybe he just felt the same way. Then he plays another point in the video, and he plays another point in his video, and it's like a word by word.
Why did it take so long for this to come out?
I don't know.
If it was Dead Space, why did it take so long?
It's like James Gunn getting fired for no reason. Well, it
Yeah,
took
but
him
now
10 years.
Now they want to reinstate him.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they say that?
Yeah, they did. Disney wants to reinstate James Gunn, which is just like...
Good, because he's only he's one of the best directors that Marvel has.
Yeah. Which is just kind of like... That just indicates that your ideas are meaningless.
Yeah.
And you're willing to flip-flop on them.
They shouldn't have done it in the first place. They're in the wrong.
Yeah.
A tweet from 10 years ago saying... I don't even know what it said, to be honest. I never saw it.
Yeah, I know. It just said, oh, there's like rape and pedophile jokes and all that shit.
Who cares? I make
know,
pedophile jokes all the time. Filthy Frank did it, and he's fine.
Ooh, how's it going, everybody?
Which sucks because,
Which is kind of weird because people acknowledge how much of a good director he is rather than his past tweets, which is kind of funny.
Well, yeah, his past tweets don't mean shit. That doesn't describe him as a person. He's a competent director.
A lot of people will go, we don't want someone like him working for our
Fuck
company,"
off.
Which is like, fair enough. But at the same time, if people are just going to be like, oh, you're an amazing director, and everyone just like, and your tweets are like public knowledge, and everyone's just kind of ignoring your tweets, it's kind of irrelevant.
Hey, if Hitler was a good director, I'd hire him. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, fuck him.
Kim Jong, mate, let's go. Let's get down to Shradman and we'll make a fucking new Fantastic 5 movie.
Fantastic 5. Man.
Anyway, last year there was this thing going around to recap, which is like, hey, a game journalist took fucking 20 minutes to beat the tutorial on Cuphead. And they tried to preface it by saying, oh, Cuphead's a hard game, you should stop fetishizing skill.
Yeah.
1, Cuphead is a pretty tricky game, I loved it very much. Yeah, the tutorial is piss easy, what the fuck are you on about?
A tutorial is supposed to be
it was like A and Y, like a jump and a dash, like Cuphead and Mugman can do that, right? It's piss easy, and then there's stop fetishizing skill. Okay, so all the esports tournaments mean nothing now? Bigger than ever? All these, like, speedrunners, they mean nothing? Stop fetishizing skill? How fucking stupid and out of touch do you have to be to say something like that?
Ridiculous.
It's just none of these companies can admit they're wrong or stupid anymore, so they have to backpedal, and it's just fucking stupid. Like, it's just fucked. So anyway, recently...
Well, yeah, it's like, because you've got this huge divide in the community. There's divides in the community. Yeah. It's fucking bullshit.
Someone was like, oh yeah, some ex-IGN employee told me that they just kind of don't even play the game, they just watch a few gameplay videos and form an opinion themselves. Which is fine. Not if you're doing a review. If you're doing a podcast and say, hey, this looks alright, I might get it.
Yeah, like if you're doing like opinionated pieces on it and you're required to churn through 50 games in 1 week, then it's like, okay, you may as well sit down, pop in some earbuds,
it's like, hey,
grab a coffee,
fucking
unwind,
Terraria,
and just relax.
Terraria and God of War look really good. I might get them. You don't have enough material to do a review on them, though, when you play them. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm making a review on it. It's going to be great.
Yeah. And the thing with IGN is, like, a company like IGN, you would think, logically speaking, that if they've got a reviewer and he's doing 50 reviews in a week, there is just no way he'd have time.
Well, probably a lot less, but they have different people on every review. Because, you can't have one guy jumping from review to review. I'm reviewing God of War, I'm Call of Duty Black Ops, and then all this shit.
Yeah, but you need to have, like, a consistent reviewer.
You do, but, like... You can't review that many games. Playing a game, especially something as lengthy as Xenoblade Chronicles or God of War, that takes a while. You can't review it within the first 2 days it comes out unless you get a reviewer copy, which companies like GameSpot, GamesRadar, IGN, Machinima, they seem to all get, right? Yeah. Problem being that you can't have one person assigned to that because that'll burn them out and they won't want to review games anymore. But this is what they're being paid to do, so you have to get different people non-biasedly to do it. Like when GameSpot did that pathetic GTA 5 review where they just had a feminist rant for like 3 minutes, and I'm like, women no play from GTA and it's sex club. Just I'm like, I want to rip your fucking throat out, you little prick. And it's just ridiculous a lot of the time.
But no, I was gonna say, because usually in media companies there's like a pecking order.
Yeah.
So you've got like the chief, the head honcho.
Yep.
Then within them they delegate tasks to the chief editors of certain sections.
Yeah.
So they would have like in IGN, they'd have a hardware report, they'd have a hardware division, they'd have
all that jazz.
They would have an indie division, they would have a AAA division, and then they'd have a general. They would have. The point is, they'd have certain divisions.
Yeah.
And then each division would do a different role. So, say for instance,
they review.
The AAA reviewers, right? They would basically be seen as like real money makers of the business.
Yeah.
So because everyone has to be groveling to them. So they're the ones that go to conventions. They're the ones that go on the videos. They're the ones that overtalk the videos on YouTube. They're the ones that basically make the big bucks for IGN.
Well, they do movie reviews, they do game reviews, they do a podcast, they do like a news reel every... Yeah, when they made the news channel, it was pathetic, it lasted long. No, it didn't. They made like new news and all this shit, alright? Yeah, it's a simple way of expanding upon, what's happened in the past week in terms of gaming, which I will say, Super Smash Bros. Looks fucking tight, boy. Richter Belmont's in it, and that made my fucking day. That made my month. That made my fucking year. I'm happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll obviously recap news, but then they'll also do something really stupid, like, they'll do a tiny little, 12-second news segment on, like, a quote that some fucking celebrity just made. Like, this is what Kylie Jenner just said on Twitter about her new shoes. Not that extreme, but they'll just do something really stupid sometimes. But the segments make no sense. But in terms of game journalism, they do it alright, but some of their reviews, are complete bullshit. Like, I remember watching the Assassin's Creed Unity review back in the day, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This game's awful.
Yeah, it was so buggy and glitchy.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's from their perspective.
Well, no. And the thing is, like, when they're AAA as well, they've got a certain expectation to, like, shill.
Yeah.
And, like, go, if we give it a bad review, then we can actually lose our privileges, which is sort of like If their game company is that fucking entitled and that fucking soft, tell them to fuck off.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like how some games, especially with Mass Effect Andromeda, they try and push that stupid social justice. Like when people criticize their game and gameplay, this is just a ridiculous thing. And I know I say, oh, this is ridiculous and this is pathetic. I say it a lot, but I can't think of what else to describe it because it really is. When somebody criticizes your game and you blame a certain group of people, like, oh, you're just bad because we got women writers. No, because the story's bad because the characters are bad. If you have that, if you say something like that as a game journalist or a company, you lose all fucking credibility.
I remember there was a big controversy where there was a thing where it's like they were tying developers' pay grade to how well the game performed on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. Like, I understand why some people are upset. But if you're going to do a performance-based pay...
You better cover fucking everything.
On a fucking review, what you need to then do is you should not only tie the game developers' pay to it, but you need to tie the executives' pay to it as well.
Exactly. You need to say...
Because the executives, they have no consequences attached to them. Developers do.
Yeah. And I'll get into that in a minute.
The moment you put the executives... The moment you put a chain on an executive, they start to freak out.
They do.
They panic.
Well, you need to mention this in your review and how it pushes the fucking feminist agenda too, okay? And it's like, okay. I know it's my review, but I'll mention all the shit that you said. So it's basically not my review anymore. But if you're reviewing a game, you need to do it fairly, non-biasedly. You need to cover the essentials, the gameplay, the graphics, the characters, the story, the interface, what platforms it's on, all that essential shit that seems trivial, okay? You need to cover all that non-biasedly. You cannot put, I didn't like it because I had a bad day and I was in a bad mood, so the game sucks. Or you can't put, like, shit because it didn't have my liberal agenda in it. None of that shit, okay? And you cannot be paid to do it. And let me say...
Far Cry 5.
What's that then?
People were, like, I believe it was Polygon was getting triggered.
Fuck Polygon! Ugh!
Because it was like, it has conservative religious figures.
Well, who the fuck cares? It's based in Louisiana, all these religious fanatics and fucking zealots and shit come from. It's called context and intent. No, and that's a part of a game.
No, and the thing is, like...
Retards!
No, the thing that doesn't even make sense either, it's Far Cry.
Yes!
You're gonna blow them up anyway!
Yeah, you're blowing up and killing people and doing all this shit. Of course they're gonna cover religious... Well, not technically zealots, but like all the cult shit and Joseph Seed. Granted, I haven't played it myself, but I've heard enough about it to form an opinion, not on the game as a whole, but what other people...
If I pick up a Far Cry game, I don't care if they're religious.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're terrorists. I don't care anything in Far Cry. As long as you say they're the enemy, I'm gonna blow them up.
Yeah, a new concept each game. Hey, we're in Kyrat, we're in the snow, we're in fucking Primal, which is really shit. Now we're in Louisiana or whatever, in the swamps, in the bogs. It's great. Yeah. But what would you're looking forward to Cyberpunk. Let's say that comes out and the whole game is about... There's just a fucking skeleton bones example. Liberal agenda. Cyberpunk 2 comes out. New concept in the Cyberpunk universe. Now liberal agenda again. What if they just keep doing that? And I know that's really... That's an example. Don't take...
that's a bit hard to say about Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk
is literally a genre.
It's literally a genre. It's a game title. Well, it's Cyberpunk 2077. But... When you say Cyberpunk is a genre, and I don't know why the game's titled the genre.
Yeah, but to put it like it's just a name, like, you know.
Yeah, I know. It also sounds cool, Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I might look into it and pre-order it.
I don't know. I won't pre-order. I don't pre-order.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Only if something really cool.
Yeah, but the thing is, why pre-order it? The game's going to be available on release.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, all those little loot boxes you get. My cousin buys a lot of that shit. I don't care. They're just made up from like leftover pre-orders bonuses. I'm aware of that, and I got a funny story to tell you actually about me and my brother at EB Games when we worked. But yeah, so basically, getting back to it, I know I've been kind of muddled, but Liam? What is your point towards this whole thing? You are not qualified to talk about the game if you do not play through it fully. Okay, beat the main story, go into detail about the graphics and all that shit, essentials. That is my point. You need to be qualified, competent, and you actually have to have experienced the thing you're talking about.
But let's say
I saw the trailer to fucking.
Oh no, let's say
Afghanistan 2049 and I don't like it. 1 out of 10.
Something like Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, I've played through the whole thing twice.
Yeah.
Now, I'd say for a narrative-based game, because there's choices, I'd say it's a bit different. Play through it at least twice.
Something like Detroit or Heavy Rain or... I do
not
want to say Telltale, because Telltale are cunts.
Yeah, and they don't really have much choices, but
holy shit!
I get what you mean.
Why do they keep releasing Walking Dead?
I don't know. I'm not even going to buy this new one. That's how much I don't care anymore.
It's just like...
But before we get off...
How many years have passed?
It's retarded, yeah.
Seriously?
But before we get off topic, I will say that, like, you need to be you have to actually have experienced the game. There are different circumstances, obviously, but you can't just watch a trailer like these supposed IGN and machinima reporters or whatever are doing and just say, you wanted to 10 because it doesn't have feminism in it. No, none of that bullshit. In fact, you were telling me, I believe last year sometime, before this podcast even started, right? Now, Justin, you were telling me that, like, oh, this bitch wanted to promote an indie game, so she fucked someone.
Yeah. This was the Gamergate controversy back
yes,
in 2012,
2014, I think.
2012?
No, 2012 was Conan 2012. 2014 was the Gamergate shit. Oh, but that spread out through like 2 or 3 years, so it doesn't matter. It's still relevant. It's still fresh in everyone's mind.
Yeah, but the whole controversy with Gamergate was...
Like, Anita Sarkeesian.
No. This was before Anita Sarkeesian ever entered the stage.
Fucking hate her so much.
What initially started the controversy was basically...
Can I just say how much I dislike Anita Sarkeesian? Alex Jones, don't monetize us! Yeah, keep going.
Okay, you done?
I'm done. So someone got fucked, and then...
Okay, so what ended up happening was, basically, there's this developer, and she was trying to promote a game, Depression Quest.
That's fine. That sounds fair enough so far.
Depression Quest...
Did you play it?
I never played it. I heard...
That's fine. If you watch, like...
I heard mixed things about it.
No, I know this...
I heard some people said you would enjoy... When I mean mixed, I mean more along the lines of... You would enjoy it if you like a certain kind of game.
Now, I'd say...
Like it's basically like a horror game mixed with someone suffering from depression.
Okay. Now, just before... Like I'll let you go on. I'll let you go on in just a sec, but I will say... that doesn't... that contradicts your last point, Liam. It doesn't, because you're allowed to watch like a Jim Sterling video, and if you see his opinion and you see the game doesn't interest you, you can't give it a score, but you can say, no, it doesn't interest me, I don't give a fuck.
That being said, like I said, I never played it, and all I ever heard was mixed things.
You don't have to. Okay? Yeah, that's fine.
That's all I heard. That's all I'm going to say about it. But, this developer, I cannot remember her name for the life of me.
It was an indie game, wasn't it?
It was like an indie game, right? But then it got out that this developer, can't remember her name now.
Yeah?
She basically had sex with a reviewer to specifically give her a better review on a game.
That is fucking just retarded. Is this the one?
I do not... Yes, Zoe Quinn. That's
Zoe
the one.
Quinn. That's just like a more retarded version of the Stanley Parable, to be honest with you. Zoe Quinn is a programmer, writer, interactive from Depression Quest. Okay.
Yeah.
So she had sex with some, what was it, Polygon article or some gay shit?
Some reviewer.
Some reviewer.
Okay. But then the review gets released and he goes, yeah, I like the game. But then it gets out that she basically slept with the reviewer. I
wonder how that got out.
But then how it got out was basically she had a falling out with her partner at the time.
This is Zoe Quinn, yep.
Yep. They had a falling out at the time, and then what ended up happening was the partner ended up dumping all their dirty laundry on the internet. And so this is basically Gamergate is the byproduct of two people fighting.
So you can't really trust.
Fucking hilarious.
You can't really trust it when it spawned from something so stupid and hilariously like incompetent of a game developer.
It started because regardless, let's say this person literally didn't make a game, right? So they did not make a game. Only because they made a game did it blow up into gaming. Only because they made a game, it blew up into gaming.
And now it's a part of gaming history because this bitch is so stupid that not only she doesn't have enough faith in her game, which clearly she didn't put enough effort into if it's not that good. It doesn't interest me, so I'm not going to play it. That's my choice, and I'm entitled to that, okay? Maybe I'll watch a video on it or whatever. But yeah, if she fucks someone, it's like, oh, now that I fucked you, you have to give me a positive review. And he's like, okay, 10 out of 10 IGN, all that gay shit.
Like, no, that reminds me of another game, but let me finish the Gamergate story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gamergate then blows up into an ethical story on whether or not what just transpired was ethical, right? So a lot of pro GGs, which was overwhelming at the time when it first broke out, most people were like, yeah, that seems reasonable not to fuck a reviewer when you're a game developer. That seems pretty reasonable, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say you can't give...
That seems like a reasonable...
That's because that's not being honest. That's being biased.
Yeah, but would you say that's a reasonable ethical standard for a reviewer not to fuck a game developer?
Yes, that's reasonable. You can't fuck someone in a good review. That's retarded.
Okay, fair enough. We've established this. That is unethical behaviour.
And then Anita sucked.
But it then blows up to Zoe Quinn. Her response comes in and goes, you're all fucking sexist.
Oh, fuck off.
And then Anita Sarkeesian enters the battle.
Misogyny, patriarchy, fuck off.
Anita Sarkeesian enters with her Kickstarter thing.
Yeah,
that then draws attention of these extremist people who basically start blurting hate on her. So basically, it's only like a handful of people who started the game again. Controversy.
Yeah.
And then it exploded into this right versus left.
Jesus.
You're sexist, you're homophobic, you're racist.
Basically slurs and buzzwords being thrown around.
When really, the whole thing revolved around one person fucking another person. It just happened that this person was a reviewer and this person was a game developer.
But at the end of the day,
Which is just like...
I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, go ahead.
Which is why Angry Joe, Total Biscuit, they were pro GG, but they were pro GG at this point because they supported the ethical journalism.
Yeah, I never really took Angry Joe's opinion seriously. It just got kind of annoying and
I couldn't. But they because it just devolved into the point of like women in gaming when it really wasn't about that in the first place. It was about ethical game journalism.
Yeah, but Joe's he defended Sarkeesian when she had literally lied about games in the past.
Well, he defended her out of the point because people were just they were picking on her for no other fucking reason. Well, for no other fucking reason.
Well, because she's being obnoxious.
Okay, she did steal. There was a point where she did possibly steal content.
She did. That's not fucking rumor. That's proven. She took footage unrelated. Some guy matched it, and it was, or maybe it's just a coincidence. No, it literally matched his gameplay. He switched weapons at the right time. He did all this shit. Feminist Frequency literally took gameplay from YouTube and re-uploaded it. They didn't even bother to get a capture card or any of that bullshit to make an actual review like some professional, like some Call Me Johnny or Kadikarus or something will do, right? They didn't even fucking bother doing that. They just stole footage, which that loses a bit of credibility in my opinion. I don't know about you guys.
Holy fucking shit, that actually legit happened.
Holy shit, that's proven. That's not fucking a rumor, that's proven, mate. Yeah, Anita Sarkeesian steals content, so, and then, now what did she lie about?
Maybe Joe probably shouldn't have defended, but...
Well, in fairness, Joe wasn't defending her because of that. He was defending her because people were harassing her online.
Yeah, which is to say, that's wrong. Harassing people is wrong.
Yeah, and it gives her ammo to throw out more stupid buzzwords like patriarchy.
But if you want to hold people accountable to their actions that you see as wrong and immoral or unethical,
make a tweet.
That's different. Yeah, that's very different. Because that's just being wrong. That's just being wrong in every way.
Yeah, that's true. But the way she responded was just pathetic. Something. And what did she lie about? You may ask. Back in 2011, I think I might be getting that wrong. Maybe it was 2010. Maybe it was even later or earlier. But around that early 2010 time, right? She said, I don't play video games because they're just disgusting and there's blood everywhere and they're objectifying women.
Not every video game is blood.
Yeah, I know. But even earlier than later, she said, I've been playing video games since I was a kid.
No, let's put it like this.
No, I'm not saying just because of violence, because that's what she said and she's an idiot.
Let's put it like this. There was one game that came out last year or either 2017 or 2016. When this game came out...
Doom?
Not Doom.
MKX?
No, this is a game you probably may or may not have heard of. That Dragon Cancer.
Oh, the dragon. Yeah, I remember you telling me the story.
You've heard of that Dragon Cancer?
Yeah, but that's fine. They're just making a game about their dead kid or whatever.
The kid that passed away from cancer, which is like...
That's fine.
It was, but I watched 5 minutes of gameplay. I was just like, it was like the equivalent of getting your heart ripped out of your chest.
Oh yeah, the gameplay...
It was so fucking saddening.
Just because the games are based on a sob story doesn't mean you have to give it a good review at all. If it's a bad game, it's a bad game. No,
this was like one game where it's just then there was ethical quandaries that came out like, well, should we review it or...
Yes, everything can be reviewed. Absolutely everything.
Can be reviewed.
Everything.
But that being said, given that this it was a solid game. Yeah. It was solid, good storytelling, good, visually interesting. But the thing is, that game, if you could review it, you had to sit through the equivalent of, I'm gonna say, just 5 to 6 hours of a really depressing real story.
And that's what they're going for.
You had to sit down and do it.
And that's what they're going for. But if you don't like it, if it's not your type of game, I wouldn't say bother. But you are perfectly alright to review it, no matter how troubled the development was. You'd think people gave Duke Nukem shit. That was in development for almost 9 years. No, it was a terrible game, and I played it myself, so I can actually say that. But
Maybe.
That was actually kind of funny. But yeah, people like that will be
people were talking about how Duke Nukem was a game past its time.
It was pretty immature, but it's still... It can be... The older ones could be quite fun, but the newer one was just... The gameplay was boring. It was a mix between Call of fucking Chihuahuas or whatever, and Call of Juarez and LA Noire, and it was just not good, man.
I would honestly love a Duke Nukem game, but in the vein of like go back to
that development was fucked.
Go back to what made those past games really good. Like right, what were like some of the older games that Bethesda re-released recently? Like I know older Doom games. Was one.
Doom, I think
Wolfenstein. Doom was a huge success, but then there was one they released earlier.
Yeah.
And everyone was thinking it was starting. I think they're starting a trend where they're
Daikatana.
Oh fucking hell.
Oh well.
No, it was Doom, but before that there was...
The frog's gay!
No, I can't...
Doom, Wolfenstein 3, that wasn't the same company, though.
No.
Just look up Bethesda games. I think, what did they make back then? They made just like...
Wolfenstein, because everyone was thinking...
Yeah, Wolfenstein 3D.
Yeah, no, Wolfenstein, the New Order.
New Order. Oh, I thought you meant like the really old ones.
No. So everyone, because then I think there's a working idea that now what Bethesda... Since they're now a publisher / developer, they own the rights to a lot of other bigger titles.
Yeah.
So like Doom. So what they then do is they give it to a smaller studio, and then they can go, look, make this game great again. So they've made Wolfenstein great again. They've made Doom great again.
Yeah, I still really like the new Colossus.
They've made Prey great again. But then there's talks of them doing Quake.
They'd bring back Quake and like Unreal Tournament and that style of shit. You could, but I feel like gay shit like Fortnite and PUBG sort of replaced it. I know it's a bit of a different gameplay style.
Yeah, but something like...
Going from a sort of a 3D arena MOBA to like back in fucking, what do you call it?
I feel like the world, like gaming needs some of the old gaming back.
Yeah, man.
Were
they bringing back
Doom was great, like the heavy metal soundtrack, and you're just like,
I still...
Oh, we're getting blood out the story. Shut up, I'm here to kill demons.
For example, I still think Doom 2016 is really fucking nice. That's a tight game. Play that.
It is.
And even stuff like they are bringing back some of the older stuff. You might not like these genres, but platforming's getting a reboot. Mega Man 11's coming out, shit like that. But in terms of really old gaming, obviously we're not going to see like Frogger 17 or whatever.
Obviously.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Like all the old stuff, like the Wolfensteins, the Unreal Tournaments, the Quakes, they were all good fun.
Because there was a point where they were taking like older franchises and then remake. Like,
that was
rebooting / remaking.
Well, they did it with Resident Evil. They were doing it with Silent Hill. Maybe that was a reimagining.
I want them to redo Silent Hill.
Yeah, but they're assholes, man. Fucking army.
How do you fuck up?
Hang on.
Just how do you fuck up a good property?
Well, they didn't fuck it up. The gameplay looked great, and they said there was a quote saying that they were 90% finished with the game, and then they just didn't release it. And honestly,
let's not release that.
The reason is beyond me. Like, I don't know what happened to Dead Island 2.
Hey, let's not be a business and not make money. How does that sound?
Like, I'm willing to like give some properties another chance. I want Dead Island 2 to come out, but I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Whether it's cancelled, whether it's on hiatus forever.
Oh no, it's cancelled.
Yeah, but here's the thing, you said that, but I've never seen anything saying it's flat out cancelled. I said, even if you search it up now, Dead Island 2 is an upcoming game.
Yeah.
I guess it's troubled development, but I don't know what's going on there.
Because the original developer, Jaeger, walked away and was just like, oh, we wanted to do all this ridiculous stuff, but then they had like creative differences. And now we're walking away.
That's what happened with the Force Unleashed 2. They had creative differences because Free Radical are assholes and all this shit happened. But like, I'm willing to give also, I want this to happen, newer IPs to get more life. Like, Sunset Overdrive deserves a sequel. Come on, why the fuck are you making Knack 2? Don't be a dickhead. I know different companies.
I don't know about that whole, let's give I think Ubisoft...
Newer stuff that were good, like Watch Dogs 3, we want to see that.
I would not mind seeing Watch Dogs.
I wouldn't. It's probably not going to be great, but I wouldn't mind it at all.
Watch Dogs 1 was actually... Looking back on Watch Dogs 1 now, I think it was a solid entry point into a new IP.
Alright, for Watch Dogs...
Like, it was a generic...
Watch Dogs is a nice 7 out of 10 game. It is nothing special at all. Watch Dogs 2...
It was just overhyped to hell.
Like, you still have Watch Dogs memorabilia around the bloody room, don't you?
Yeah.
But like,
Watch Dogs 2 was so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
It was just more fun.
You know what's the sad part? Every YouTuber I've listened to was like, oh, Watch Dogs 2 shit. Why is it so hated? It's a great game, actually.
Funny enough,
I love Watch Dogs 2.
When Watch Dogs came out that year, Total Biscuit nominated it for his arbitrary awards. And he nominated it for
Watch Dogs 1
Best Art...
1.
2.
2? Oh, so
he
not...
nominated it for Best Art.
Well, it did have a nice aesthetic. It wasn't just boring black and grey. There was like all these hipster shit and colours around.
Like that whole technographic...
yeah.
It was like...
And not everybody's boring. You've got people with personality like Wrench and all that.
Wrench. Oh, no. Oh, okay, hang on. I'm just gonna smash this toaster.
Yeah.
You fucking...
And, I was like, comedy like that doesn't gel with me. But it's like, they're trying and they're actually succeeding at making a better sequel. And they did.
But if they're gonna do... I don't know what they would do for a Watch Dogs.
Oh, we said that for Watch Dogs 2, but they did something with it. They can do anything.
But I think the thing, you can sort of, in the series looking at it, you can go, there's a logical escalation.
As long as it's hey, there's this new big hacker on the loose, he's the main villain, whatever.
I think, the villain there was a huge villain change from Watch Dogs 1 to 2.
Well, 1 had a few. There was 1
was basically a gangster.
Let's see, you had Lucky Quinn, you had Iraq, you had Damien, you had a few in the first one.
Yeah, the first one you had a handful of you had Damien, Lucky Quinn, and Iraq.
Yeah.
Right?
There might be a few more we're forgetting, but that's pretty much the gist of it.
But they were the main villains. They were the main 3 villains. Which basically, because Watch Dogs 1 was a very gangster. It felt gangster.
Which is because there's parts where you're in the hood and you're fucking around and trying to get bedbugged to sneak past these guys. It's really cool.
Yeah, exactly. You're doing a very, it's basically modern crime. It's a modern mafia thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whereas Watch Dogs 2 was very much, we're fighting the big corporation.
Which, I don't like that concept as much, but I thought it was cool.
But it could be arguing, the way you could argue that is, for narrative purposes, Aiden and Marcus are watchdogs.
Yeah, they are.
The concept of a watchdog, right?
Yeah, neighborhood watchdog, whatever.
Well, the idea of a watchdog is basically they just overwatch. They intervene when they need to intervene.
Yeah, that's why it says crime detected. Are you going to kill this guy?
Yeah, so Aiden is the crime fighter. He uses modern technology to stop crime.
Which is cool. But the thing is, he's kind of a vigilante at the same time. He doesn't let shit get in his way. He'll manipulate the city and all that to his advantage.
Marcus is more of the watchdog of the I'm watching Bloom.
Yeah,
their shitty behaviour.
He's watching companies instead of the actual public.
He's watching companies and not... Because there's still gangsters in Watch Dogs 2, but they're nowhere near as prevalent as the corporations are.
I still wish Aiden was a DLC character or some shit in the second one.
Oh, he is.
There's a DLC that came out that I might actually get. It looks alright.
Human Condition, where it's Geordie Chin.
Do you reckon it's bother worthing?
I don't think any DLC for
if it's a tiny story one, I'll be whatever. Maybe I'll look at it.
I don't think that's really worth it.
Yeah, probably not. Oh well. But I still think newer IPs need a chance. Watch Dogs is an okay franchise, and they can make another one. Sunset Overdrive needs another fucking game. One thing that
I think that'd be really cool is if they did a sort of a GTA. I'm surprised no one's ripped off Grand Theft Auto's. The 3-player, 3 character.
Yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run did that 10 years ago.
The free ability in the open world to flick between Michael to Franklin to Trevor.
Games have that, but it's just open world's a lot harder to do.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if they did that, but they did it with, in Watch Dogs 3, they did it with Aiden and Marcus.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Because Aiden would be very look, I'm just going to shoot him. And Marcus would be no, don't do that.
Yeah, I suppose that could work. There's
be an interesting, character clashes.
Yeah. But you have to implement it well and all that.
Yeah. And
games can do that, but it's any other big stories that happened this week? Let's see, we covered that. I just got back from the snow.
Fuck yeah, you did too.
And I can say skiing is alright, but you trip over a lot, there's snow everywhere.
And you had a mate lose a GoPro.
Jake the retard lost his GoPro.
Let's bully him some more.
I have to bleep that out, whatever. Nah, who cares?
Who cares?
Zimbanga.
You will fucking die.
We're gonna have to bazinga a bit of this. I've mentioned a lot of shit.
No, you haven't.
Whatever.
No, you haven't.
But well, when we're talking about socialism, we mentioned a few.
Yeah, but that's not really relevant. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I kind of think it'd be funny just to go bazinga for the audio.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, Aaron the retard fucked with the podcast we're recording at his house, which, by the way, audio sounded like shit. That was the worst episode of the Coinflip podcast we've ever done. 20-something.
No shit.
The audio was bad. The sounds from movie trailers playing in the background. He kept fucking doxing me every 12 seconds, so we had to bazinga it. We put a bazinga sound effect in because they're fucking idiots. And
it's sort of when Anything for Views had their
Google Home. And then I was watching you stream when that happened, and it's hey Google.
Shut up, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you've got Google Home.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Hey Google, what's my location?
And then blended
your current location is whoa, turn that off.
No, turn that off.
I forgot you had Google Home. I was about to do it. Hey Google, what's my location? Bazinga. Yeah, that would have ended well.
Yeah, it is a cool device, but for fuck's sake.
Well, Twitch isn't as fucked as YouTube is, but they're still Nazis. It's not a great website because they censor everything and it's really gay.
Yeah.
So fuck them and
I mean, there's Pornhub that exists.
Now, when people started uploading YouTube videos, just random YouTube videos on Pornhub, like the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour from fucking what's it called? That Nickelodeon shit.
Yeah, but
remember the video of the guy getting his dick sucked to the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour? Folks, Lazy Cast, that was a good one.
Oh, for fun.
I found it out
just
there.
Imagine like YouTube just becomes so totalitarian.
It might.
That everyone just shifts to Pornhub.
Yeah, they just.
And then everyone starts up to
welcome to my playthrough of Destiny 3 on Pornhub.com.
And then the following
So it's not even Pornhub anymore.
One of those really fucked up long titles.
Yeah. Like, Muslim. There's a nigger in my daughter. Gone transsexual.
Yeah, exactly.
2018. Almost died. In brackets, actual boobs. Let's get up to fucking smash that like button. Give us a fucking thumbs up. All that gay shit. That's not even too far removed. That could happen technically.
Yeah, I know.
You know what's annoying when you trip over and you like literally get snow in your jacket? Like let me tell you, being in the snow and tripping over and you get snow in like your thermal jacket, you think it's cold enough out there. Worst feeling in the world. You want to kill yourself.
You want to kill yourself.
You
when
do.
You get snow in your back.
Any other topics we got for today, or do you reckon we should end it there?
Okay, no, let's just to end it on this note. Alex Jones is the best YouTube content creator out there, and subscribe to InfoWars.
Frogs are gay.
Frogs are very gay. Actually, come to think of it, I think I know why he drew that attention to YouTube. Why? I think I know why he got banned. Actually.
Why?
Because there was a video.
I was gonna say that Frog's video is years old.
There was a point where he went to a Google public event, right?
Yeah.
And in it, he brought his camera in, right? And then he was basically speaking to the staff about it. And then at the point of it, the staff are like, "Oh, you can't record in here." And you're just like, "Why not? Google's doing it right now."
Google's doing it.
Because basically it came out where Google has an easy way to record it. And then, like, if you just look at the staff, he just, like, looks completely dumbfounded. Well, he's just like, shit.
Well, that's still very tinfoily, so I don't know.
Yeah, but then the follow-up thing is there's another staff member comes to confront him about it. And then she also gets dumbfounded. Just like...
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, what do I say?
Guys, this has been a great episode, actually. I had a lot of fun. Episode 29. 29 episodes already, man.
Yeah, 29.
Pretty good wrap so far. Thanks for joining us, and we'll hopefully see you in a week or so. Cheers, boys and girls. They're too.